Dave Blakamoto here with one of the top prospects of the UFC lightweight division, Brad Quake Riddell. How are you, bro?
Yup, good.
Last time we saw you in the cage was December 4th against Rafael Fiziev. What was your own self-assessment from that fight?
Definitely could have gone better, but yeah, it was a good fight. I feel like I could have done a bit more than I did. I should have done a bit more than I did, but yeah, I just made a mistake against a very good guy and paid the price. But yeah, I've learned a lot since then.
It's been 6 months since that last fight. Did you get to do much non-fighting related things during your time off?
Yeah, I had a couple of holidays.
Where'd you go?
I went through the North Island in my camper van, went diving, went to Christchurch a few times. Yeah, I just had some time off. Kept training, but yeah, a little less intense.
How did all the time off feel, taking a break from,
Yeah, it feels all right. It's been a long time since I've rested like that, so it was different. It was a struggle at the start, but yeah, I got used to it.
How excited are you to get back into the cage?
Yeah, I'm very excited at the moment. Not too excited as fight week's starting, so I'm a bit hungry, a bit tired and stuff, but you know, as it gets close to the weigh-in, I get very excited, and then once that's done, it's all fun from there.
Did you use the loss to Fiziev as motivation, as fuel, to get back into this fight camp?
Nah, not particularly. I took it as a sign to have a break, and yeah, I'm always motivated to fight, regardless of what happens. Yeah, it's my job. I enjoy it.
When did Jalin Turner first come on your radar?
Well, he never actually came on my radar. I was on his. I tried to fight a bunch of guys in the rankings, but they were all booked, so it was hard to get a match. Two of the guys I was trying to fight just fought last night. So we asked the UFC pretty much just for anyone at the end of it, just to get a fight, because I get paid the same either way if it's somebody ranked or unranked. And Jalin Turner came across the contract, so just signed it, and here we are.
What did you think of the main event last night?
Yeah, it was great. It was one of the best fights I've seen in quite a long time. It was super skilled, really technical, just everything that I thought that fight would be.
How was the training camp for this fight?
Yeah, the training camp was good. It was, as usual, hard and felt quite long, and yeah, just like most of them, it always ends, with a bit of fatigue and a bit of, get a bit sick of it towards the end. But now it's all done, so it's all good.
You've gained an incredible amount of knowledge and experience looking at your kickboxing and MMA career as a whole. Do you think Jalin can show you something that you haven't seen before?
I don't think he can show me anything I haven't seen. I've come across guys, his height, his style, and I've fought them before and I've beaten them, and bigger too. So yeah, I don't think it's anything new, but it's been a while since I fought a guy that tall, but luckily I spar them all the time, so it should be sweet.
Well, just looking at a quick recap of your UFC career to date, you are one of the most battle-tested prospects in a stacked lightweight division. How does going through those tough tests affect your confidence and mental going into another bout?
Yeah, it definitely gives me a lot of confidence. Like, I think I've come across a lot of different styles in my time, and obviously in the UFC I've come across quite a few wrestlers, veterans, and well-rounded guys, and I've beaten them so far except one. The guy that I actually lost to was the least experienced, which is it's ironic, but yeah, it's I've got a wealth of knowledge, so I'm pretty confident every time I fight.
Which has been your favorite UFC fight so far?
I think my favorite one was probably Drew Dober. Yeah, I had a really good time in there. I came across a bit of adversity when I got dropped at the start and came back from that. So yeah, that was one of my more memorable ones. The last fight I enjoyed. It was had to be a bit more patient, a bit more careful. So it was just a different style of fighting.
Do you prefer having this start to your career getting, hard test after hard test? Or would you have rather taken the O'Malley approach?
Now I look back, it would have been smarter to take the O'Malley approach. Because as you get higher, it gets harder to get fights. Probably could have had a lot more fights if I'd taken his approach. And but you also become more valuable with the harder people you fight. So yeah, they both have pros and cons.
Having a long and extensive pro kickboxing career, when and how did you start implementing grappling into your training?
I just started implementing grappling like here and there at Tiger Muay Thai when I was a lot younger.
What year was that?
It was, 2018, something like that. I'm not.
2018.
Maybe.
That's not even that long ago.
Yeah, 2018, 2016. I started grappling like consistently. Up until then, it was just here and there and did bits and pieces. So, yeah.
Was it an easy transition?
It was relatively easy. It's similar to rugby. I mean, it was rough with the people that I was learning to grapple with. A lot of wrestlers from like the Eastern Bloc and, a lot of really good jiu-jitsu guys over there. Is like a deep talent pool that used to come through Tiger, so it was like sink or swim.
Nice. When you train, what's your methodology? Are you like a science data guy? You're monitoring your heart rate, your recovery, the numbers, or are you more of a, you know your body, you've been doing it a long time, you could just gauge off the feel?
They both apply. When I train, some days like, I'll go by the data, and some days I feel like the data's a bit wrong, so I'll go a bit harder and listen to my body. As I get a bit older, I tend to listen to my body a little bit more because I know what I feel like when I should feel like it. So,
looking at the rankings in the top 15, which fights do you think would be the most fun for you, that would get you the most excited?
I think fighting one of the guys that fought last night, Arman or Matus, would be great. I haven't looked at the rankings lately, to be honest, so I've kind of lost track of who's there, but any of the top guys would be great, but obviously they're a little bit out of reach at the moment. But I feel like the sort of 8 to 15, those guys are harder fights than the top. Yeah, other than Charles and Islam, I feel like the harder fights are at the back end of the pack at the moment.
As a rising contender, are there any fighters that you try and emulate? Maybe not fully, but part of, like you see a little skill that a guy has and you want to...
Yeah, for sure. I always watch the grapplers. I always try to steal their stuff, and there'll be guys that do some, certain unique things in striking that I'll take away as well. But mainly I watch all the Eastern Bloc grapplers. Their control and skill on the ground's it's unique.
You seem to really relish the violence in your fights. Do you sometimes, feel that you could have been like a gladiator in a past life, or have like some type of connection?
I think that's probably what I would have done if I was alive back then, but I don't intend for the fights to end up that way. They just sort of end up like that most of the time, but yeah, I'm not complaining if it ends early.
When you take the walk to the Octagon, apart from loving to fight, because you have to love it to even get in there, are you searching for something? Like, do you want to go through the adversity and come out the other side and unlock something in yourself and sort of like ascend to a different level of who you are?
I intend and I want to be the world champion. I need to know at the end of my career how good I was. And, I think that I am, one of the best in the world currently. And I just, I need to prove it to myself and just not really have any regrets when I get to the end.
After you go through an 8 to 10 week fight camp, would like a first round knockout suffice for you, or is that not enough? Do you like spending more time in there?
It's nice to spend a bit of time in there sometimes, but it's also nice to end it quickly as well, I guess. It's never fun being in pain after the fight, I think.
Nice. Everything goes well, how do you want the rest of your year to play out?
I'd like a couple more fights. I would like to have this one and maybe 2 more if I can. I know it can be like a big ask at the moment with the schedule, but it would be good to have a couple more, at least 1 more. Follow my YouTube channel, Quake Combat. It's all educational content if you guys want to learn how to fight, catch up with some stuff behind the scenes and vlogs like that. I believe it's the original vlog. of the city kickboxing team. Yeah, the link will be in the description. So make sure you guys check that out if you want to learn some basics in kickboxing, and there's also a course coming out soon that you guys can jump on.
Thank you so much, brother.
All good.
Appreciate the time.